Welcome back to part 2 of our nursery room reveal. I am so excited because I have our nursery resident here. The reason this whole room was ever made was for this little cutie. She is 5 weeks old and doing really well. Just to give you a little bit of backstory, she was born at 9 pounds, 8 ounces, and we did have to spend a little bit of time in the NICU and a little bit of time recovering, but we're all healthy and well now, and it's just been so fun to see her growing. I am here to reveal her name today and show you the rest of her room. In the last video, I told you about this wall and how I hand painted it. I walked you through that process, and I told you there is a hint about her name in the wall, so before I tell it to you, go ahead and take your guesses. Before we get started, my name is Jenneca, and I make home-centered content designed to inspire creativity and resourcefulness. Things like DIY, crafting, decorating, and organization. My husband and I are on a budget, and so I bring you budget-friendly ideas. And I am excited to share with you today's project. Okay, here's the grand reveal. Her name is Sage May. Now, the hint in the wall was the fact that first of all I painted it sage green, although I will admit in the video it looks a little more muted than real life. There are also some sage plants that I painted into the flower design on top. And yeah, so that's her name, and you'll see hints of sage all throughout. Sage was one of our wedding colors as well as one of the plants in our wedding bouquet, so I incorporated a bridesmaid bouquet that's been dried, as well as my husband's boutonniere and some other wedding flowers into her room, just to kind of tie into that sentimental reason for picking the name Sage. We also just think it was a cute name. In my last video, I showed you guys this little toy corner, and I didn't have any wall art up on the wall, so that's what I kind of worked on the most since the last video. I have her letterboard that we used to announce when she was born. We also used it in our wedding. I have some cute little stuffed animals. I actually made these little felt animals, and I want to make like some kind of mobile or toy decoration for her. Last time I told you guys about this painting. It's a painting I've dreamed of putting in my child's nursery long before I ever knew I was having a baby. I found this old frame downstairs in our basement and decided to give it a paint job. I started by painting it kind of terracotta because that's one of our accent colors. That's also one of our wedding colors, but I did not like it. It looked like plastic, so I painted it gold instead, and I think that it turned out really pretty and just very classic. I am obsessed with this painting. I just think it is absolutely precious and such a special reminder of how Christ loves the little children. And I think this wall came together really nicely. I got the little macrame hanger from Hobby Lobby for just a couple dollars, and the baskets and other things I actually already had, and so I just kind of incorporated those. Okay, next up, I finally made a bow holder for her. We inherited so many bows from friends and family. We both have lots of nieces, and so I needed a lot of bow storage to hold all of these bows that we were gifted. So I actually made this out of macrame, and if you would like a full tutorial on how I did that, I might make a video separate from this one, so comment below if you'd like to learn how I made this. But I basically just used macrame and some wooden dowels to hang all of these bows. Her closet hasn't changed much since the last video. I shared with you guys how I painted her wall behind and all the baskets and everything, and her dresser, kind of how I did that all on a budget. I added some garland to the bookshelves I made last time. I just got some ribbon and wood bead strands that I really liked from Hobby Lobby and tied a little bow on each end and hung that up on her bookshelves. I also found this plaque as well as a sage green one at Hobby Lobby. Each was only $4. This one was a little more ballerina pink than I wanted. It just didn't quite match the room, so I painted it more of a terracotta color. And honestly, these look like they were made with the flower wall, just kind of like the same design, and it went perfectly. I also found a pillow for our rocker at Big Lots, discounted for very, very cheap. We'll see what we have to adapt and maybe change a little bit as she gets older. Hopefully it's kid-proof, but I think we'll learn what that means as she gets older. But overall, I think that it is going to be a special place for her to grow, and I hope she can just feel the amount of love and effort that went into this space when she gets older. Okay, before I let you guys go, I had to share one more thing I did. So last time I talked about how I've been collecting children's books for a long time. Most of them, almost all of them actually, are thrifted. And I made these little organizers so that she could have books for every holiday, but I could keep them organized and pull them out for each holiday. Well, it is time to pull out her Halloween books. I also told you guys last time that I wanted to start a tradition of decorating a little shelf to put her holiday books on, so I decided to add some Halloween decorations to her garland. I just designed these on Canva, and then I used the print and cut function on my Cricut and then hung these up. And I just used masking tape. I taped them to the wood bead strand. And I think they're the perfect and cutest little addition to this shelf, so that this can be her Halloween shelf for the next month. If you guys want this design that I made on Canva, I'm actually sharing it for free over on Instagram, so go check it out over there and you can get a free copy. You could use this design the way I did, or make a t-shirt with it, or really just any kind of Halloween decor. There's a lot you can do with these little designs, and so you're welcome to go over on Instagram, check them out, and get them for free. But I thought this little garland edition was so fun. I've been really trying to find ways, even though she's so young, to really help her learn to love reading and learning in general. And so this little book reading corner is a way for us to bond, and hopefully for her to just eventually learn to love reading and love books. So that's my goal with this whole area. Stick around for more DIY crafting, decorating, and organization. Our next video will be a fall decor tour. I can't wait to share with you guys what our house is looking like this year and some of the projects we worked on this year. Thank you guys so much for your support, and I will see you in the next video very soon.